tell me you're ready and then you do this. Hello, I'm Pam Hoffman, Everyday Spacer.
I'm Jeff Miller, 2049 Outfitters.
At Everyday Spacer, we show regular people how they can personally and directly participate in space exploration, science, and astronomy, or we show you how to navigate space. We're here every Friday night at 9 p.m. Pacific time, 12 midnight Eastern time, 1 p.m. Saturday Hong Kong time. This is you.
Broadcasting live from Thousand Oaks, California. Thank you for joining us. Guest topics are finding SOHO comets, and which is our next in the Citizen Science series, and watch the sky. Our phone number for if you want to call in and talk to us on the air, 805-590-6356. That's 1-805-590-6356.
Thanks for that intro, Jeff. And our topic tonight is the next one in our Citizen Science series. We are going to tell you how you can find comets with SOHO. And SOHO is the Solar Observatory, Heliosphere Observatory. I should have written that down. Sorry. Hi, Mike. Nice to see you.
And Christina is here too.
Oh, great. Hi, Christina. I can't wait to share this with you. This seems to be pretty easy. And I did a whole bunch of research. I'm going to talk about this again at some point. But tonight we're just going to kind of cover the basics and skim the top of it so that you can get started right away if you want to. And then we'll come back and do a little bit more in depth at another time.
Yeah, do a deep dive, maybe even a tutorial.
If we get involved with that and we can show people directly how to do it, that'd be really fun. So the best site that I've seen so far is a site that's called the Sun Grazer project. We are so organized tonight, huh? And here is the link to that. So if you go to that link, you will see what it's about. It's a NASA-funded citizen science project that enables anyone in the world to become a comet discoverer. And the first thing that they recommend is that you read the guide and visit the SOHO website. Here is the information for the guide. And we'll include all this in the chat below once this is published. The website for SOHO is, here's this one. It's actually a nasa.gov site. And this one seemed just a little bit confusing to me at first. And I would say start on the About page. It's really nice and it has some good links to some other places. And I think it really gives you a sense of, what's going on and kind of where to start and how to look at things. But that first page that, with this link right here, it's a little bit confusing, I thought. But, browse around and see what you can learn for yourself. The next thing you want to do, according to the website, is to get familiar with a couple of the instruments on SOHO, and they are termed LASCO, L-A-S-C-O, LASCO C2, and LASCO C3. And these are images, so that they're from the instrument on the observatory. And these are the images that people will use. And
I think one of them is a closer in, and the other one's a little bit wider view.
Oh, great!
Just from the other stuff that I read, because the number of pixels in the images are different between the two.
Oh, great. Okay, yeah. We've both read some parts of this, so thanks so much. I really appreciate that. Jeff will remember things that I don't, so this is good to have both of us here doing this. And absolutely, if you have questions too, want to hear from you. And I guess one of the things you do with these is you pick up a series of them and then figure out how to animate them, right? And then go ahead.
You use a graphics program and basically stack the images in layers and then just flip through them kind of like a flip book. That's what the animation program does. And you find the things that move.
That's a great way to say that. Remember the flip books you would draw in the corner and then you'd flip them, or you could buy them. There's lots of them out there, that kind of thing. But then what you want to do after that is you want to request to join the project. Let's see, where's my link for that one? I think that's it right there. And then, this is the way you get access to it. They'll basically approve your request. And you want to send any questions that you have about the project at that point as well. And my recommendation is to do as much as you can on the website first to really, find out some of the basics for yourself. I'm sure they're bombarded with things, and if you really want to get a decent answer for things, that not everybody's asking all the time, try to figure out as much of it as you can on your own, and then ask questions for things that you may not see there, that kind of thing. And I think this is really important to understand too. You want to know that your work may contribute to science. And I have a little bit of stuff to read here for you. And I think we'll discuss it in between too, because well over half of all known comets have been discovered via the Sun Grazer project. And last count I saw was 4,100 and something, like 8 or something. But I mean, this is like a huge number of comets, and most of it has been found by regular folks, citizen scientists. And it goes on to say, your discoveries help drive a huge variety of scientific research, including studies of comet orbits, families, composition, dust properties, evolution and fragmentation. So the Sun Grazer discoveries have also been used to benefit heliophysics. This is studies of the sun. And as we watch comets plunge through the sun's atmosphere like small solar probes, so they actually learn a lot about the sun from the comets that whiz by that. Project discoveries have led to dozens of scientific research papers, contributed to several PhDs, and inspired enthusiasts as young as 13 years old to pursue astronomy careers. I think that is wonderful. So that's the end of that little bit. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, and just one of the things, they can't study a comet unless they know that it's there. And by finding the comets, they can then figure out what its track is, and then they can look for it in other places too.
Oh, with various instruments. And I know some of these have been found, and then, they get the word out across the internet so that everybody else can go out and see them. They can actually look for them visually. And I think that was a year and a half ago, there were a couple of comets, and we went out and actually saw that one for ourselves. So this is a good way for people to find them and then tell other amateur astronomy types about them. But like I said, this is much bigger than I realized. So I'm really just kind of skimming the surface and telling you what the best way I think is to get involved from everything I looked at. And it seems pretty easy. So watch for more on this particular project. I didn't really do a huge, amount of research, but we'll go more in depth in that in a future show. And of course, we would love to have you come on back and and tell us if you got involved, that kind of thing. Want to hear from you. And heck, if you have already, we want to hear that too. And, it would be great to bring you on the show and tell us your experience, that kind of thing. Anyway, so if you've got questions for us directly, you want to call us. We're at 805-590-6356. That's 805-590-6356.
Okay. What you can see in the night sky this week, and this week is January 15th through January 22nd. The moon is today 3 days old, in the first quarter, and the moon, first quarter moon is on January 20th. Okay.
Yes.
And it always gets me that when you have written the moon is 3 days old, but I just introduced it for the week, and so it sounds like it's 3 days old for an entire week. But
sorry.
Okay, that's okay. I just
We'll
my own brain. Okay.
We'll fix it.
The writing or my brain?
We'll never fix your brain, honey.
Okay. Mars is still high in the sky. Saturn and Jupiter are way west and set early. And you're going to start wanting to be up high or have no obstructions on the horizon for those. Mercury is low in the west. Again, low in the west means very low.
Very low.
Yeah, if you can get up high, great. If you can bulldoze the buildings in the west of you, that's even better.
Or mountains.
Those are harder.
Yes.
Those take atomics, as Gertie said. Dune. January 20th, Mars and Uranus are in conjunction. Mars will be 1.6 degrees north-northwest of Uranus. And you definitely need a telescope if you want to see Uranus, because you can't see it from here with your naked eye.
You can see Mars, though. That's a great way to, like, find it.
Yeah, you can find Mars and say, yeah, Uranus is somewhere around there. January 20th, first quarter moon. January 20th is weekly space hangout. January 21st, Mars and the moon are in conjunction in the evening, high in the sky, because
way high in the sky.
Mars is high, still fairly high in the sky, although it's not at the peak anymore. It's a little bit west of the peak now when you're looking. January 21st, moon at apogee, which means furthest from the Earth.
And then January 22nd, we're back to our Friday night show. In fact, next week, the 22nd of January, we are going to share our live with a guest. This is going to be Christina's friend, Sam Nordrum. I'm really looking forward to talking to him and him sharing what he has done with astronomy stuff. And wow, it's very interesting.
Michael, that's why we're still together.
What did Michael say?
Because I make her laugh too. You might have noticed. So, the presents.
You're up.
Oh, up there. Oh, shoot, if I'd have thought about it, I'd have gotten into some hip hop.
Back on track.
When you said rap. January 27th, weekly space hangout with Pam. She's a junior journalist, right?
Yes. I don't know when I get promoted, of course, for free.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah, well,
I could be a junior journalist forever. I don't know.
Okay. I'm just wondering, you had a parent named journalist, and now you're journalist junior.
I don't know.
We have one guest on the schedule. Oh, that's redundant.
That's okay. Go ahead.
Okay.
Like we said.
One guest on the schedule, Christina's friend. Yeah. We really should try rehearsing these sometime, huh?
Oh, I don't know.
Sam Nordstrom's on January 22nd. And a few more pending and plenty of openings. So if you know of someone, we'd really like to talk to them. And
Absolutely.
They can be someone who knows a lot about something, or someone who's just getting started and sharing their beginner's enthusiasm.
Absolutely. We had Christina on. She was fairly new to a lot of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And we just love to, because, it's hard to remember what it was like when we first got involved and what's interesting to people. And there's lots of new stuff now. So that was really great. And what we want to talk about is space exploration, science, and astronomy. And we'd love to share our live with anybody out there who's involved with in any way, shape, or form. We only have 2 criteria. We want to be able to demonstrate ways to do this. And I think Michelle Archuleta on the 1st of January was wonderful. She had a couple of projects she created herself, as well as getting involved with an ongoing project, the Astronaut Analog. She was like a perfect example of an everyday spacer, and we will be very happy to share our live with anybody like that. And the other criteria is we want to have fun. We really like to find out what people are doing and demonstrate ways to get involved and have a good time.
I don't think they realize that we like to have fun.
Well, if you haven't already, you do now. Again, one last call, 805-590-6356. If you would like to ask us a question directly by voice, it's 805-590-6356. And then one last thing for tonight.
Yeah, join us again next Friday, January 29th.
Next Friday.
What's that?
After we hear from Sam.
Oh, then next.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Join us again next Friday and January 29th for the next Citizen Science Project. And I'm going to be talking about Planet 4 once again on Zooniverse, because Zooniverse has a bunch of them. Basically, it's looking at things on the surface of Mars.
Oh,
which
cool.
is something that I did. I did spotting craters and stuff like that. This is other features. So
Oh, interesting. Okay.
more than just looking for circles now. So could be interesting. And it's just what's that?
Looking for squares now, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Find one. They'll be very interested.
Yeah.
But yeah. In fact, it's just starting. I think because they have a number of different sections, and they're showing zero finished.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Whereas
So it's brand new. Very cool.
Galaxy Zoo is 97% finished.
Oh, interesting.
This has 0% finished.
Oh, wow. I can't wait to hear what you learned.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
Yep. So
if we don't have a guest, we will be talking about citizen science projects. We do have a guest next week. That's January the 22nd. January 29th, we'll probably be talking about Planet 4 from Zooniverse, from the Zooniverse website. If we do not have a guest, if you know somebody, we would love to chat with them and share our live with them. So yeah, get in touch with us. Pam at everydayspacer.com is a great way. Email, that's the address. And if you want to call, 805-590-6356. Anything else you want to add for tonight, Jeff? Do we have any more comments?
Well, Michael says spontaneous is better, so that's one vote against rehearsing.
Against rehearsing, okay. Thanks, Michael. Keep it live and fresh, right? All right. Thanks so much, people, for joining us. Really, really appreciate you being here. Come back next week for our guest, Sam Nordrum, and we'll talk to you then. Thanks. Good night.
Bye-bye.